Ever wondered how your Wi-Fi signal travels through the air? Or why some frequencies work better for wireless communication than others? The secret lies in radio frequencies, RF. In this video, I'll break down how electromagnetic waves carry data, why frequency matters, and how technologies like 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi make your wireless connections possible. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or just curious about how wireless networks work, this video will give you the answers. Ready to unlock the science behind your Wi-Fi? Let's dive in. To send data over a wired link, an electrical signal is used that is carried from one end to the other. The medium used is a wire that is continuous and conductive, so that the signal can propagate quite easily. In wireless links, there is no physical medium to carry the signal. So how can an electrical signal be sent without physical support, using a free space like air? To understand, we will take the example of two people quite far from each other who want to communicate. They are both connected by a long rope, which represents the free space. The sender decides to lift the end of the rope and hold it up to warn the recipient, thinking that at the other end, the rope will rise in turn, as can be seen in the image. The string falls back after a small distance, and the receiver does not notice any change. The issuer will then try a different strategy. Not being able to push the rope, he will wave it up and down in a regular motion, and this will cause a continuous wave along the entire length of the rope, as can be seen in the image. The waves, each represented by the up and down movement of the sender's arm, move from one end to the other. Well, in a free space, the principle is identical. The transmitter can send alternating current, creating moving electric and magnetic fields, which propagate as waves. Electric fields, shown in blue in the image, and magnetic fields, shown in red, travel together and are always at right angles to each other. The signal must be continuously alternated, cycling up and down, in order to keep the electric and magnetic fields moving. That is to say, the waves push each other outwards. Electromagnetic waves never travel in a straight line. They move by extending in all directions away from the antenna. It's as if you were throwing a pebble into a pond, while the surface is stationary. In the center of where it falls, create a cyclical movement. The first waves start small and spread outwards, only to be replaced by new waves. Well, in a free space like air, electromagnetic waves extend outwards in 3 dimensions. In this figure, which shows a transmitting antenna, we can see that the waves produced grow outwards in a spherical shape. The waves, which are sent in all directions, will eventually reach the receiver. These electromagnetic waves that are part of a wireless link can be measured and described in several ways. The most basic is the frequency of the wave. This is the number of times the signal completes a full cycle of ascent and descent in 1 second. In this diagram, we can see how the cycle of a wave can be identified. It can start when the signal rises above the midline, falls below it, and then moves up to the median. A cycle can also be measured on the peaks of the waves. No matter where you start measuring a cycle, the signal must return a complete sequence. That is to say, to return to its starting position. On the diagram, we can see that over 1 second, the signal has progressed over 4 full cycles. This means that its frequency is 4 cycles, shear second, or 4 Hertz. Hertz, is the most widely used unit of frequency, and it is nothing more than 1 cycle per second. That's why 4 Hertz polars at 4 cycles and equal to 1 second. That's 4 cycles per second. The frequency can vary over a very wide range. As the frequency increases, the numbers can become quite large, as shown in the Hertz unit chart. This image shows a simple representation of the continuous frequency that ranges from 10 to the 3 powers to 10^12 powers. Anything below 10 to the power of 3 are frequencies too low to be heard by the human ear. The highest frequencies contain light, followed by X-rays and gamma. The frequency range from 3 kilohertz to 300 gigahertz is called radio frequency, which is known as RF. This includes many types of radio communication, like FM and TV radio, microwaves, and infrared radio. Note that microwaves also contain the two main frequency ranges used for wireless LAN communication, the 2.4 GHz and the 5 GHz.